Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. This is Hemalata from Pon Vidyashram. Today's session is Chapter 3, What is Government, from Social and Political Life 1. You must have heard the word government, which was mentioned several times at several places. Today we will learn about what a government is and the important role it plays in our lives. What do governments do? How do they decide what to do? What is the difference between different types of government, such as monarchies and democracies, etc.? You would have come across different kinds of headlines in newspapers like this. These headlines are about the important decisions which have been took by the government. For example, government sought to protect rights of unorganized workers. Detailed plan to tackle floods soon, says government. Government fixes prices of onions, says no shortage in market. So like this, there are different kind of decisions which have been took by the government to solve any problem instantly. What the governments actually do, it solves the problem and it prevents to create any problem in the society and for the citizen. If any problem comes, then the government will take necessary action to solve it and to protect the people. Every country needs a government to make decisions and get things done. These can be decisions about where to build roads and schools, or how to reduce the price of onions when they get too expensive, or ways to increase the supply of electricity. The government also takes action on many social issues. For example, it has several programs to help the poor. It does other important things such as running postal and railway services. The government not only took care of the people who are living inside the country, but also it takes the responsibility to protect the people at the boundaries. The government also has the job of protecting the boundaries of the country and maintaining peaceful relations with other countries. It is responsible for ensuring that all its citizens have enough to eat and have good health facilities. Government will take initiative to be in a good relationship with the neighboring countries and the countries which are far away from India. So these countries will be in good relationship to maintain trade and other purpose. And also the government took the responsibility for ensuring that every citizen have enough to eat and they have the good health facility. When there are natural disasters like tsunami or any earthquake, the government mainly organizes aid and assistance for the affected people instantly, and they took over the issue and they help the poor people who are in need. If there is a dispute or if someone has committed a crime, you find people in a court. Courts are also part of the government. The government punishes the people who makes the crime through the courts. You may be wondering how the government managed to do all this work and why it is necessary for them to do so. When human beings live and work together, there need to be some amount of organization so that decisions can be made. When a group of people started to living at one place, then there should be some organization to make decisions and to help them to go in a perfect order. Some rules have to be made that apply to everyone. For example, there is a need to control resources and protect the territory of a country so people can feel secure and safe. Governments do this on behalf of their people by exercising leadership, taking decisions and implementing these among all the people living in their territory. So, why the government is doing all these things? They are doing all these things on behalf of their own citizens. Their citizens want to lead a peaceful life, a secure and safe life, so that the government is protecting their own citizens by doing all these rules and regulations, by framing them and protecting the boundary and helping whenever the people need any kind of help. So all these things are done by the government. Levels of government. It is impossible for one government to take care of all the citizens. For that reason, the government had been in levels so that they can take care of every people in that particular surrounding. There are three types of government, three levels in a government: local government, state government, and national government. Local level, state level, and national level. The government will work at these three different levels. What is local level? The local level means in a village, town, or a locality. The state level would mean that which covers an entire state like Haryana or Assam. The whole state will be under one government. Like we have Tamil Nadu government, there is one government for one state, and the national level relates to the entire country. So the entire country will be under the one government, which is national level, and also be called as central government. At the local level, the local government or the district government, the district level or local level, the government will take care of that particular district. So decisions will be taken into the issues which arise in that particular village or town. So the local issues will be solved by the district level government or local level government. If it comes to the state will take decisions between the states, and totally the whole state will be under the control of one government. So the main decisions about the particular state will be took care by the state government, and if the state needs any help from the central, as a total the state government will lead the state. And central government will take decisions about our whole country in the international boundary. So if they want to do any kind of agreement with the other country like Russia or any America, as a whole our Indian government will stand for India in international level. Later in this book, we will learn about local level government functions, but in your higher classes, you will study about the functions of the government at state and central level. Now, laws and the government. The government makes laws, and everyone who lives in the country has to follow them. So, this is the only way governments can function properly. Just like the government has the power to make decisions, similarly, it has the power to enforce its decisions on us. So, it is the government who makes laws. Why they are making laws? To organize the people in a particular proper way. So, it is the right and the duty of the citizens to follow the rules and regulations which the government makes. If the citizens are not following the rules and laws, then the government have the full power to enforce those laws upon us. For example, there is a law that says that all persons driving a motor vehicle must have a license. Any person caught driving a vehicle without a license can either be jailed or fined a large sum of money. Without these laws, the government's power to make decision is not of much use. So, the government will enforce the citizens to obey the rules and regulations which had made by them. If it was not obeyed by the citizens, then the government will punish them, like giving sentence to be in jail or to pay any fine. In addition to any actions that governments can take, there are also steps that people can take if they feel that a particular law is not being followed. If a person feels, for example, that they were not hired for a job because of their religion or caste, he or she may approach the court and claim that the law is not being followed. The court can then give orders about what should be done. Our Indian government says that India is a secular country, which is mentioned in our Indian constitution. So, as India is a secular country, we should not promote any particular religion. If anybody is not getting job, is not hired in any job because of their religion or caste, then they can approach the court and they can get their rights. They can prove their rights to get the job. So this is the rules and regulations which protect the citizen, and also it makes the citizen to obey the rules and regulations to protect them. Types of government. Who gives the government this power to make decisions and enforce laws? The answer to this question depends on the type of government there is in a country. In a democracy, it is the people who give the government this power. How do they do it? By election. They do this through elections in which they vote for particular persons and elect them. Once they are elected, these persons form the government. In a democracy, the government has to explain its actions and defend its decisions to the people. So, in a democratic country, the people have the power to elect their leaders by voting, and in regard of the people, the persons who have been elected by them will make the decisions. Another form of government is a monarchy. Monarchy means king. The monarch, king or queen, has the power to make decisions and to run the government. The monarch may have a small group of people to discuss matters with, but the final decision making power remains with the monarch. Unlike in a democracy, kings and queens do not have to explain their actions or defend their decisions they take. So, in a democratic country, the people can ask any question, and the leaders who have been elected by them have to explain their action and defend themselves. But in a in a government of monarchy, there is no need for kings and queens to explain their actions and to defend themselves for their decisions with the people. In our next session, we will study about India. India is a democratic country and how the democratic government works.